Hey yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Poetry Corner Podcast with your host Carlos Demond Davis. And yeah, we just gonna jump right in. This poem is called Karma, and it's from my book Conscious Mentality. Where do I begin, or how do I start? How can I tell you I love you that you never left my heart? I can't stop my insides from crying. I tell myself someday we'll be together, but these words are empty. I just know that I'm lying. You're my angel on earth because I know the true meaning of a woman's worth. You are the soft moonlight that shines on the sea, or the gentle breeze that carries me. But my angel has flown away. The true meaning has gradually lost its way. The moon doesn't shine as bright on the sea, and the wind that I held so true stopped carrying me. I never knew why I can't be with you. I just know that I must move on. Just say the words, I don't love you. 1, 2, 3, and I'm gone. If you somehow change your mind, I'll be there for you, rain, sleet, or shine. Even though I've been told to move on, I'll be hanging and waiting patiently by the phone. So yeah, Karma is one of those ones. It's kind of one of my favorites actually, and I know I told you guys before that I don't have a favorite, but I kind of like it because it starts off like how you're really into somebody and everything is like sweet and uh, how uh, let's see, let's give you a sample of what I'm saying. Like so, it's like you're the soft moonlight that shines on the sea, or the gentle breeze that carries me. But then something happened, or that feeling ain't there no more, and then you flip it, and it's just like uh, the moon doesn't shine as bright on the sea, and the wind that I held so true stopped carrying me. So it kind of shows you like how karma can be flipped, and that doesn't mean it's a good karma or a bad karma. It's just that's kind of what I like the way this poem was written, because however, whatever moves you in at the time when you read it, that's basically how it'll speak to you. So when I wrote this way back when, um, it was just like the idea of somebody that you really are feeling, but then life happens. That moment that you used to you know cling on to, that you really like, oh yeah, this is my person. And whatever the case may be, it just don't work out. And so now all the things that you really like about that person is some of the things that you don't like about that person no more. So I don't know. I just kind of like to play on words with that one. So yeah, that's why I entitled it Karma, because some people always use that. Well, that's your karma coming back on you if you mistreated somebody, or if somebody mistreated you, then it's like, okay, the karma's gonna get them, or whatever the case may be. So that's kind of why I came up with that um, poem at the time, and when I wrote it. A lot of times I'll speak on some of the poems that I write or recite, basically, and the mindset that I was in when I wrote it. And as you can tell, that's an older poem. It's one of my probably OG poems, if you want to call it that. So it's been at least, I would say at least 15 years since I wrote that. Probably even longer. But it's just one of those ones that always kind of stood out to me because it was just the possibilities. Like you really, all the sweet nothings and all the beautiful things that you like about a person, and then whatever the case may be, they're no longer there anymore, and so now you're you reminiscing about the good times, or even if it's something bad, you kind of think back on it, but it leaves the door open for a possibility of a reuniting. Basically, that's why it's like at the end, it's like, even though you told me to move on, I'll still be waiting patiently by the phone. Because that's kind of, I don't know, that's kind of how I view things. It's like you have those fleeting moments, or those what could be's, or how it could end up at the end of the day. Uh, you go your separate ways, but some kind of way you find yourself back with that person. Because I guess one of my favorite movies back in the day when I was like really into rom coms, it was this movie about it's called Serendipity. Um, and it was just kind of like how these two strangers met at different times of their lives, and something happens during the movie, and they end up coming together, but then their lives get torn apart, and moral of the story, they end up, getting back together or something. It was kind of cool how all these little signs happen. And if you never watched the movie, it's one of those really, really well written, well executed movies that I think um, that we don't really make anymore, so to speak. It's mostly everything's either like dark or humor or comedies. The rom com isn't as prominent as it used to be, I guess. But that one, John Cusack is the one of the main characters in there, and I don't know, I liked his character. I liked the way he portrayed it, and it was just kind of cool how it all turned out. But yeah, Karma is one of those poems. Like I said, depends on where you're at in life when you think back on that person that got away, or even if you with the person and y'all got back together, and now you 10 years in or something like that. It's just you start realizing like how things happen and they come back. Sorry if you hear this plane. It's like I don't know. It feels like every time I record, there's always some kind of sound that interrupts, basically. But what can you do? You live by the airport. Gotta get used to that. But yeah, I just wanted to get on the pod, do a poem from my first book, Conscious Mentality, Karma. Uh, been dealing with crazy headache, so that's why I didn't drop an episode on Saturday. Had a lot going on. Um, Feeling a little better today, so I was like, all right, let's hop on and give the people what they want. Nah, but yeah, I just want to hop on and do a quick little poem, not too crazy. I like Karma. Um, but yeah, what do you guys think when you're in that mode? Do you always reflect or reminisce, or is like when it's over, it's over? Like you try not to look at the old times or stuff like that. Because I know some people, they once they're done, and they don't want anything to be reminded of that person. Uh, Even if they had good times, it's like well, those days are over. And then some people they can't let go. Like every time you think they're done with a person, something might remind them of that person, like a song, or you might be out and about. You might see somebody that favors them, and you're like, oh, here go this person. And so you have these thoughts like, oh, um, you know, wonder if you could spin the block. I guess I don't do all that, me personally, just because I feel like if it's over, it's over. Um, and there was a reason for it, whether it's good or bad, whatever the reason is, you decide to go your separate ways, then that is what it is. I do think that when it comes to like friendships, um, there's ways to come back, but when it's like intimacy, I don't know. It's hard to come back from that sometimes. But if you really care for that person, I guess it's a possibility. There you go, karma. But yeah, with poetry again, when I'm writing, it's never just one specific person that I'm writing when I'm writing. It's like a combination of that because I've lived a long life. Contrary to popular belief, I'm old or older, and I say it like that. And so when I write, a lot of times it's my own personal experience. Is the idea of something. It's from a movie inspiration, um, like this one. But yeah, I try to like keep it open to interpretation. So wherever you at in life, it can relate basically. Um, I do understand that everybody's different when it comes to relationships. or when it comes to friendships, or when it just comes to life in general, how they view things. Some people are really serious early on, and then some people, like me, like to joke a lot. So, it's just when you find your person, though, you can figure it out. But when it comes to like poetry, or when it comes to reading um, things, I just like the possibilities or the what ifs and stuff like that. But if you're in a relationship, ain't no need to be worried about what ifs. You need to worry about the person you with, because that can cause some friction if you're reminiscing too much about past and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, just wanted to do a pod tonight because I didn't get to do one on Saturday, and I've been trying to do these weekly. But yeah, my man, that headache, it was pretty bad. Ended up going to the ER and all that stuff. Won't get into too much detail about it, but a little better now. And we'll see, how I progress in the next couple days and all that good stuff, and see, if we good bill of health. I will say this though, when they did the CT scan and everything came out clear. There was no, you know, brain injuries or anything like that, so that was a good sign. But yeah, wanted to do a pod today, talk about my poem Karma. It's from my book Conscious Mentality, and I'm still working on book 5. I have a title. I won't share that yet, but it's getting to the nitty gritty of it right now. So I'm kind of excited. Been working on that one for a good bit, and hopefully, I'll be able to share more as it gets closer to the finish line, and probably get some feedback from some people and see how they enjoy it. But yeah, man, I love poetry. I love reading. I love just finding inspiration in everything. It's like no matter what you got going on in life, there's something to be inspired. Um, whether it's a job, whether it's uh, relationships, like I talk about most of the time, or if it's friendships or whatever the case may be, your goals or your dreams. You seeing somebody do well in life, you're like, man, I'm inspired. I love to see that. Uh, a lot of my friends are doing projects right now, and I'm really excited about that. So I'll be sharing some of the stuff that I've been seeing, like the movies they're in, commercials, books, all that good stuff. Just my brother's doing music. I want to start sharing a lot more of his stuff because my brother's talented, man. He just don't know it as much as I do because I get to see it a front row seat. But my brother's talented, especially musically. He's always been gifted, being able to play instruments from a baby. We just put pots in front of him, can play a song just by ear. So I'm excited to see how that takes him. Um, and yeah, just proud of. And speaking of talented, also got a shout out my mom, Carla's Corner on Facebook. Uh, she's definitely one of the inspirations behind why I write what I do, and she's always instilled in us to express ourselves, being able to share our talents with the world. Um, Definitely in a biblical sense. She's so locked in. So of course, that being said, be sure to check out her page on Facebook. It's called Carla's Corner, and you'll be blessed by that. She definitely always dropping gems in there. So yeah, if I'm gonna shout out my brother, definitely I'll shout out my mom. So yeah, man, that's basically where I'm at with making sure I share and talk about my family with and hopefully it'll touch somebody and let them be able to be blessed by it. So yeah, people in my life that are doing things, and I can shout them out on social media and all that good stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed the poem Karma, and then check out my book Conscious Mentality. It's on my website. The link, carlosdemondavis.com, or you can just go anywhere that they can get your books on Amazon, stuff like that. So Yeah, man. Just want to do something real quick, real simple. I enjoy these. I'm getting back into the groove of talking. Sometimes I'm living my head too much to where I can't I can't get it all out verbally. So I write. That was one of the main reasons why I even got into this space with poetry and things of that nature. Just all the feelings that I have, I just express them in words, and I felt like by me, reading them out and giving you the inspiration behind it, now you have an idea of where my mindset was when I wrote it, or maybe you read it a different way and you got something else out of it. So that's kind of why I like to give you the poem, give you the inspiration behind it, and then you can hear the cadence because sometimes with poems, I don't really put a lot of punctuation, so there's no pauses where they should be, because sometimes I'm just maybe a lot of run-on sentences, so it's not grammatically correct all the time. But I just feel like that's a good way to spread it out, and tell people like, oh, this is how it should sound. This is what the pause should be. Because sometimes when you read poems, you just read it and it doesn't make sense, and a lot of them don't rhyme. All that good stuff. So for the most part, my poetry is just it's I always tell people there's no right or wrong with it, because everybody can read it and get something totally different from it, and that's the beauty of poetry to me. Um, so yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you have a great Tuesday, and catch you soon. Peace.